My name is Jimmy Alvarez. I grew up in the Bronx. But it just sounds so generic when I say it like that because you know where we come from. Having dreams sometimes is the only thing you have, especially when you're coming from the Bronx. That's all you have. And I don't know what happened in God's universe that time that I was locked up and I told myself, when I get out of here, even though it was for 3 months, when I get out of this shit, I'm gonna be a fucking filmmaker. Like everybody in my acting class, I only know there's not even one that I could think of that does this.
No,
Like,
same. It's like my teacher said, he had told us, because I went to a community college very briefly. I went to LaGuardia, and I did a real quick intro to filmmaking. And my teacher, Josh Hume, the very last day of class after we had showcased our thesis film, he said, "It was an honor working with you all. And I'm going to say this right now, but a lot of you are not going to make it."
You broke the axis.
Ah, yes, cower in your thoughts. Realize how big of a deal it is, since this is the only film you're ever going to make.
hard truth.
This is what I knew before joining this whole thing. I happened to just stumble upon a Project Greenlight interview with Matt Damon where he said, don't pursue this if you're not serious about it. If this is not something that you really could see yourself living without, don't do it. And between hearing that and hearing that from my teacher at the time, I already knew that I was in it for the long haul. Wherever it took me, it didn't matter because it felt good being a part of it,
That's why I'm so passionate about this. Same with you. You sacrificed everything from the East Coast, everything you had going, and you was like, yo, fuck it. This is my only shot. I'm gonna do it. And look where you at.
Yeah. I didn't know I was gonna end up there. Let me tell you, it was really just a blind leap of faith, but it's still an ongoing journey. I built a lot of things out here, and I'm happy to see where they're gonna go next. You often define yourself as a filmmaker. Like, could you elaborate what that means? Like, what titles do you do in the filmmaking world?
Acting is always what I love. What have you never told anybody about this? Is that a crime? Directing is something that I really want to do one day. Writing is picking up more. Like, I tell Jose holds me accountable. I mean, Jose, well, I told you like in third person. You always hold me accountable. You always hold me accountable. Say like, yo, man. Which I hate it when you're right. When you be like, yo, man, stop telling me shit if you're not gonna write nothing down. And to somebody else, they will take that as, oh man. To me, I'll take it, you're right. You're right. I'm not writing. I can't give you no opinions or no ideas because I haven't read it or I'm not writing myself. And, and I'm happy that I held myself accountable and went from a procrastinator writer to like a once a week writer now. Twice a week writer, because writing is fucking hard. To sit down on a laptop all fucking day, like it's hard for some people. It's hard for guys like me. And to elaborate on what's a filmmaker, to me a filmmaker is just someone who could do more than one thing in the film aspect. Like, it could be acting, writing, editing sound. Like, if you could do more than that, you're a filmmaker already. To me, I always feel like, I learned this from Kobe, it's all about mindset. Your mindset should be focused. How can I be a better creator, a better person, a better artist? All the love of the work, and results would eventually come.
I don't know who you are, but we're through for the day.
Please, I'm here, Mendoza. Please, I was caught in traffic. I got about 10 minutes. I can do this.
It wasn't all we had to offer, and we knew it at the time of making it. We knew that some mistakes were going to be made because we were also being pretty ambitious. We weren't just covering the standard coverage. We were like dealing with also very mature themes. For example, we shot a sex scene, and but it's not something that I think everyone just tackles outright. And the fact that we wrote that scene to establish the world of the main character, and the fact that we did that scene how we did it We didn't have an intimacy coordinator. We just had the trust of each other and people who were willing to do us, the solid to bring the scene to life.
I love the challenge of doing it, like going through that process of doing it. Like, to me, that was like awesome because it was like we never done a track shot. I remember that day, how hard we worked on rehearsals, right? We fucking literally rehearsed like almost 12 hours the whole day. We just literally just rehearsed for like 12 hours or something like that. And then it took us like maybe 30 minutes to an hour to shoot. And I realized that it's important in set to rehearse a lot. If you got time, rehearse. Yo, if you're not rehearsing, just say your lines, refresh them. If you like, if not, if you're ready to go. And I learned a lot about producing. I learned a lot about producing, and producing is a very hard job. Like, I know myself, I need time to set everything up before all the pieces are together. Like, I need to make sure, and I give myself extra time to do that, to make sure I prepare for this day, that day, this day, that day. Something about myself that I didn't know, and I learned it on there, and I just started being, let me be more organized, let me always be ahead of the curve. If something went wrong, make sure I have a plan B, shit like that for next time, you know what I'm saying? Make sure I got extra money for the budget all the time. Don't put your chances on luck. And all this comes with preparation. The pre-production. Pre-production is so important. Pre-production you gotta work so hard in pre-production that by the time you get to production, everything's just smooth. That's what I learned about Hustlers. That you want pre-production to go, you wanna work so hard in that. So by the time you get to production, the only focus is on creating the art, the acting, whatever it is we're doing. I don't want to be focused about a fucking light. You know what I'm saying?
Who you looking for?
Looking for Dominic?
Dominic. Dominic who?
Dominic Alfonso?
I never seen you around here before.
Well, I used to live right here for 5 years with Dominic.
So you say that like I know who the fuck that is.
So what the fuck you asked me for then? He used to run this block, that's who the fuck he is. And he would have never let anybody who worked for him handle cash out in the open like you just did. I saw you do it. You know what? Do me a fucking favor. Don't blow your smoke in my face, please.
So you a bitch, huh?
What the fuck you say to me?
Hard-ass bitch.
Hey, motherfucker! Hey. Do not give me a motherfucking reason to go back to prison today. Don't do it. Don't tempt me, you stupid motherfucker.
Ah, shit, bitch! You trying to let me on fucking fire? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Fuck you stupid ass!
The definition to opportunity is when luck and preparation meets. That's opportunity. You have to be lucky to be somewhere and somebody say, hey, Baba, you know how to do this, or can you do this? Oh, yo. And the best thing is just being prepared. Of course I can. Yes, I am available. You know what I'm saying? I structure my life to be available for movies, for films. And I'm very grateful and privileged for that. And to also get an opportunity with the horror of Dolores Roach. That was, I remember when I got the call. Bro, that was like, man, that was the most happiest time. Like, that moment right there it was like this is my first one. My first one. Yo, like, I just couldn't believe it, bro. You remember I called you? I was in Toronto I was there for like a couple of weeks because it was during thing season. It was COVID, heavy COVID. And I went there and I'm chilling. Then we were about to do a table read. And the first person I seen the table read, man, it's this guy that, man, he's such a talented actor. His name is Alejandro Hernandez.
I feel things. I feel things, mommy. I feel things for you. Like, I want to be with you, but if you want to go ahead and be with somebody else, then...
I don't, though.
You ready for me, mommy?
Sorry? I got an appointment in a few minutes.
Yeah, for Hector, that's me. What? You thought my mama named me Fat Fuck? Time, mommy. That was my first grade teacher.
Well, can you come back, please? Because we're kind of in the middle of something.
No, we good. We good. She free.
He helped me level up. Like, his technique and his preparations was very intense because he comes from a theater background. And these are things that I never experienced working before with another actor. And he was like very high level. And he taught me a lot. Just a lot about preparation, a lot about this, about that. Yo, you gotta have discipline. Yo, you always gotta be learn to me it was all hustle and grit. Like, yo, you want me to be in Alabama tomorrow? I bet nigga, I'm walking. If I gotta walk, I walk. He was like, bro, listen. That was me. Him, it was like, bro, you gotta learn the science of acting. I remember the first day I was on a shoot with Justina. It was a pilot, Justina Machado. Man, I was so nervous, because she was very intense. And I was like, man, I'm just intimidated, bro. She goes, bro, and I remember she was at the pilot, she used to slap at me, like, bah! I was like, fuck it, do it. I gotta take it for the team. I'm being a good soldier. Fuck that, this is what I gotta do. She slaps hard. And then I remember talking to the network, to people from there, they're like, yo, this shit might get picked up. And I remember I went back, oh man, it was game time. It was game time. I was up there, ready, nervous. Like, I didn't know how to act. I was just nervous. I didn't know how to act around people. It's like I just wanted to be liked. I was like, man, like I'm so happy to be here. Like, and yeah, and then I remember my first scene was the scene where I walked in the restaurant, and which was crazy because that scene that day was with a lot of actors. And I was so nervous. I was like, oh man. And then I just started like rehearsing, going in, and I was like, when I started hearing people laugh, I was like, all right, I got something.
The table or the bed?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nah, I didn't mean it like that. You really are a hard-ass bitch, and I don't mean that in a bad way neither, mommy.
I wanted him to be disgusting, that when women see this guy, they'd be like, you know what I mean? Some specific type of women that like guys like that. You know what I mean? Like, now is that guy is not for everybody, and that's what I wanted to portray. And on my last day filming, it was dope. I was so relaxed. I was so happy that it was finally over. I was like, it's finally done. The show's about to come out like in a year from now. Man, I can't believe this shit just happened. And then now it's just growth. Everything's just growth and all that shit. Then leading to the release of it, we went to Tribeca. Man, I went to Tribeca Film Festival. That shit was crazy for me. I brought my mom, I brought a lot of my friends with me. I still got the live reaction theater in Tribeca. And I was like, man, I can't believe I'm getting a crazy reaction right now from this scene. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, I'm like, oh, yeah. And the only thing that I get tight, which I shouldn't get tight, but for the right reason, was when the strike happened. Because the show came out exactly when the strike happened. And I'm not saying things would be different, but, who knows? I was getting opportunities to get interviews. I was doing a lot of stuff at that time. You know what I'm saying? That I was trying to work on, and I couldn't do nothing because I'm a SAG member, so I couldn't promote nothing, work on nothing, like, And it was crazy because that long period of time, it was really hard for me. But then I took the time to be like, you know what, this is happening for a reason. So I started working on myself, like to be a better person, got more into fitness, lost like 60 pounds, and wanted to better myself and continue this journey. And even now, as I continue it, I just be very grateful and thankful for everything that I get, and the fact that I still get called for opportunities, and I get to audition now, and I'm still trying to better myself and become better. That's, it's crazy how the journey be, man. You gotta love the journey, man.
No, you do. It's a lifestyle.
I think you get further in life than anything when you just focus on the work of whatever it is that you're doing. Especially with filmmakers. Just focus on the work. Bad things are gonna come with that, so are good. But who cares? It's part of the industry. You know what I'm saying? Be kind to everyone you work with. But you also got to stay positive. Understand there's a learning curve in every downfall you hit in this industry. But you got to get back up. When you're not booking, get back up. Have faith in this. Keep going. Don't give up. Because if you do, you for sure are not going to make it. But if you stay in this long enough, you still might not make it. But at least you got a shot.